A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. I begin in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. I am queer Muslima.
The fact that I am Muslim is no secret to anyone who sees me on the street or in the halls of Congress. I understand that sometimes people are surprised that I speak at all, or that I speak without an accent, or that I speak publicly. And that's where I find it to be an opportunity to dispel stereotypes by simply doing what I love doing.
It's interesting having an ethnicity that's not exactly defined, but at the same time knowing that you're Arab, and there's all these different ridiculous stereotypes that are placed on being Arabic. Like, I'm suddenly a terrorist, you know, I'm suddenly like a part of a terrorist group. And so for the most part, I end up just like playing it off and joking and saying, well, yeah, that's because I'm the bomb. But, you know.
I grew up in a Muslim community, majority of Jordan being Muslim. A lot of my friends were Muslim. We grew up in a school that taught both Christianity and Muslim religion. So I grew up in that community. I moved to the US and came out of the closet as gay, and I do identify as a gay man. Because there's the assumption that if you're Arab, you're Muslim. If you're Muslim, you can't be gay. And you can't live that freedom, and then you can't explore that life. But I'm not Muslim. I am Arab. But just because I don't identify as Muslim or I don't practice Muslim religion, there's usually that kind of connection that goes on there, and it's inevitable that you have to deal with it.
On June 12, 2016, Omar Mateen, a 29-year-old security guard, opened fire in a gay nightclub in Orlando, Florida. He killed 49 people and wounded 53. Later that night, Mateen was shot and killed by the Orlando Police Department officers. This was one of the deadliest mass shootings by a single shooter, and one of the deadliest incidences of violence against the LGBT community in United States history.
On the breaking news out of Orlando, the terror attack on a gay nightclub. Right now, at least 20 are dead, maybe more. The shooter also dead. Police say that he was well prepared, he was organized. They do not believe that he was from the area. More than 40 have been taken to a local hospital.
Terrifying. I believe I was watching television. I was watching MSNBC.
What was your initial reaction?
Disbelief. Kind of here it comes again, another mass shooting in this country.
Okay, so funny thing, I was at LA Pride, and I was planning on staying because I was tired, but as soon as me and one of my friends got back to her place, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go home. And I did, and when I woke up the next morning, I opened my laptop, and there was like, it had blown up because the whole Orlando shooting had gone down, and I was like, holy fuck. And it was one of the things that's just kind of like a punch to your gut, and it's also like a slap in the face.
Here I am at a family reunion in my room, going through my news feed.
I don't know if it's just intuition or something, but I was expecting to hear a Muslim's name for some reason.
I held my breath and my blood pressure just shot up, just praying.
God, please
okay, please don't be a Muslim name. Please don't be a Muslim name.
Followed by the cry, Aishi Biladi. Maybe I have a great bias, but dreams can come true like that of Sheikh Zayed. From tribes in the streets we roaming, desert dwelling Bedouins who saw them home. Alhamdulillah, hoping for the Imarat to see beyond the sky's limits in these.
Aloha, snack bar gun people. Well, U.S. government had a great big success today. Woohoo! We spoke for freedom. The liberals won, and we brought in more Muslims into the country because we're an open border, safe country. And guess what? Aloha snack bar, Allah Akbar, hit a Florida gay bar and killed 50 people.
I found out that Jason was one of the victims on the Monday following the incident. I was kind of numbed initially just because I couldn't really wrap my mind around the fact that this kid who I've known since he was running around in elementary school is no longer here.
What was your reaction when you found out that the shooter was a Muslim?
That really didn't faze me. It was just like somebody else with a gun, just killing people, and actually doing it in a gay bar, which, of course, I like to go to gay bars, so it was kind of scary.
Anytime there's any kind of massive shooting in America, I instantly think it's an extremist Christian white guy, like, you know, white supremacist, you know, like, what was it, like the Oklahoma bombing, you know, like I assume like Unabomber style, you know, that's what I first assume. But whenever I hear that it's an Arab, it's like, ugh, you know, come on, man, what the hell?
Well, I have tons of friends who are followers of Islam, and it doesn't change my view at all. I mean, there's always bad apples in the bunch, you know what I mean? There are always people who take their spiritual or religious beliefs and act out. Hell, slavery was justified by the Bible, so.
In San Francisco, I would probably say not at all. I mean, again, there's that diversity piece that out here I don't think people bat an eye when, you know, there's interracial or interethnic relationships. I imagine if we were back in Ohio, there would probably be some raised eyebrows. And I would say less to do with the fact it was being in a relationship with a man, but being in a relationship with somebody who could be misconstrued as being Muslim. Because I think that's where most of the hatred in this country is being focused on right now, which is pretty terrifying. So,
Do you think if they knew that he was Arab but not Muslim, would that make it better?
I feel like it would probably take months to explain what that means, because people, America's really good at just thinking Arab means Muslim.
Right.
So I think it would take quite a few conversations. I know that if it came if like he was able to explain that he was Christian, I'm sure so many people would be a little more comfortable.
We had to struggle with some difficult questions in the hours that followed. Should we organize public statements to condemn these attacks? Our record of condemnation of violence is clear, it's long-standing, it's undisputed, but there is at times, necessity, an expectation that Muslims will continue to condemn these attacks when they happen if they are perpetrated by other Muslims. We sometimes worry that this is a unique burden borne by minority communities.
Considering what they've supposedly found about him, or whatever research they had dug up about him, it's very possible he could have been a closeted gay man, but that by no means, like him being closeted or him being Muslim, I don't think that had much to do with what he did. I mean,
What do you think caused this to happen? What do you think is at the root of this?
Toxic masculinity.
This specific case, why do you think Omar Mateen did what he did?
I think because he was gay, truthfully.
He saw a guy kissing another guy, and that lit a fire inside of him. It did something to him. And he had been married twice. He was trying to go down the right path. And eventually he burst. He burst. And you know, I can say from personal experience, when you're going through that struggle inside of, okay, my faith is a really big deal to me, but I also have really strong feelings for the same sex. I have really strong homosexual feelings as well. It's really tough. You're having this horrible conflict inside, the clash of the two most important things to me, my religion, and as a gay woman, those two things are the most important to me. And when I started doing research on, okay, how do I fix myself? I would look stuff up online. I'd go talk to an imam. I went to multiple therapists trying to find a way to fix myself. And clearly there's no way to fix yourself because you're not broken. And I finally accepted that.
One of the things that really touched me at this vigil was that they read out loud the names of all of the victims of the Orlando shooting. Not a particularly unique activity for a vigil. This happens at all types of vigils. But the last name they read on their list was that of the shooter himself. They included him among the victims. I don't have any connection to the shooter. I don't know the shooter. But I do know that many in the Muslim community struggled with the question of whether or not he's even Muslim. Does he get his burial rights? How do we condemn his actions without losing our humanity?
Sometimes I just feel like I'm like a crazy person myself because of how the media has portrayed us. It's almost like the media will convince you that you are like whatever, a terrorist, or you are like a bad person. And
Donald Trump's not the answer, so we're just going to go down that road. But I would say that that's the fear-mongering that creates this kind of situation. I think it's the understanding that makes it better.
What we should do every day is just include each other and speak to one another, talk to one another, and just get together. It's easy. It's easy if you actually just do it.
I started to find peace within my own heart and between my Rabb, my Lord, my Creator. I couldn't find that anywhere. There's a saying in Urdu, "Hum kahin ki bhi nahi rahe," which means I belong nowhere. I face discrimination in the mosque anytime I speak up a little bit about homosexuals. In the LGBT community, I face Islamophobia. At work, I go to get a patient from the waiting area. As soon as I walk in, everybody's eyes are on me. Oh, who's this woman in that scarf? They scan me from head to toe, like, does she speak English? She can be able to understand the patient? All these questions going through their head, which sometimes they actually have the guts to spit out, like, no, where are you really from? You know? So I face this everywhere I go, but the thing that gives me comfort, the thing that helps me find that balance, the thing that helps me center myself is my connection with God. And I turn to Him 5 times a day, pausing all my matters, all my affairs, and taking a moment to breathe, reflect, and seek guidance from Him, because I know ultimately that He knows that I'm trying my best.
Have to have a ban on people coming in from Syria, coming in from different parts of the world with this philosophy that is so hateful and so horrible.
But sir, let me interrupt you on that one right there. How would the ban have made a difference here? This man was a United States citizen. He was born in New York. He lived in Florida.
No, that's right. But we have many people coming in whose hate is equal to his. And
Bismillah, send shivers when you hear it. Regardless of the hardship, we'll never ever fear it. Alhamdulillah, for your perseverance got me feeling blocked up like Egypt's border clearance. Bismillah, may God bless you dead and gone. We say we undefeated when they say we headstrong. Alhamdulillah, for the will to believe in life. If you struggle, God loves you, man, relieve the strife. Bismillah, please read Surah Yasin. For the purest always fall for the furious I've seen. Alhamdulillah, to be grateful for your place, you never know what fate will bring you from the hate. Bismillah, for the soul's anguish, love, and the moments our brothers get snuffed out by slugs. Alhamdulillah, we see through the politics when the missile is issued to kill and follow our kids. Dreams, waking up in cold sweats out Philistine. Alhamdulillah, you could really tell you see. Turn the news on, heard they sent shells to scenes. Bismillah, and 2 hours later in Gaza, the floor started pounding and they felt the hezza. Alhamdulillah, and Hess said the policies lied when the house was blown to pieces and an olive tree cried. Bismillah, the chidab that moved too fast out the mouth of Hamas and Mahmoud Abbas. Alhamdulillah, we need leaders instead of fickle beasts, and wicked streets cripple beings triple through the Middle East. God, while we on the subject, please cut the strings off our political puppets. Alhamdulillah, ruh b'dam when soldiers creep, your men thinking that our souls are cheap. Speak.